Boom! Another month in the books. Going to do this one a little bit early because everyone's asking the question, are you going to stream on election night? So we got to get this out probably maybe a day before Halloween. Give an extra 24-hour buffer so people can have the answer. Yeah, we're going to definitely stream on election night. Listen, there's a lot at stake. I hear a lot of people going, "This is the most important election of all time." It's always been the most important election of all time, my entire life. Right? That's what they've always said. But when was the last time you had elections where this is on the line right here? Here's is that coming up? Yeah, Steve Bannon. This is what's so important over here. They are just openly arresting the political opposition at this point. So we deep into a banana republic at this point, and this might be our last time to save this place in a fashion that it is not incredibly kinetic. Let's put it that way. Hopefully we can avert a lot of things. There's a bunch of people out there that go, vote. We're just going to vote harder. Yeah, I'm going to vote harder. I'm going to vote harder. We're going to meme harder. We're going to stream harder. We're going to do everything harder. Because when it gets to the kinetic area, I think it's romanticized by some people. It's going to suck. It's going to suck, right? Now, I think our side would definitely, in that situation, our side definitely wins because the other side's full of fucking pussies who are afraid of guns, and our side loves guns. So it's just a stupid situation. But it's not going to be fun. And if we can avoid that or even mitigate that by voting and memeing and overcoming and winning at the ballot boxing and swamping these people and being tactical, voting tactically, by the way, they all assumed we were going to show up the day of, and boy, we have really caught them off kilter by voting early. They thought we would never vote early. They thought we would never adapt to them fucking over our election systems, and they're paying the price for it now, and they're worried, and they're arresting people. So I think that this really is the most important election of my lifetime for sure. Steve Bannon finally released, another political prisoner from the globalist regime, released from prison at 3 a.m. and at work at 10 a.m. That's our side. That's a left hand side. Don't want to fucking work. Our side, out of prison, immediately at work. Holy shit, son of a bitch. But it's very important. And so, we'll be streaming, and we'll just do essentially the same time, the same platforms, everything that we usually do on a Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday show. We'll just do an extra Tuesday show. So keep it all real simple. And speaking of that, people, is Rumble paying me to not stream on Odyssey? No, I can't get Odyssey to work. It's not like a Rumble thing because it was iffy and wonky with Streamlabs, and so there's some sort of problem when you are running or you're trying to stream through Odyssey through a third tertiary party. There's some sort of disconnect there, and hopefully they get on that. I keep updating the stream key. I keep updating the RTMP server. I keep trying, and it's not working. And at this point, I get that there's some people out there, they want like a smaller chat, they want this, and there's only like 60 people over there. But I mean, I'm not going to spend, weeks and weeks to figure out how to get this thing up and running to stream to like 60 people. I know that sounds like a dickhead move, but it's just the realities of the situation. Any time that I'm spending doing that, I can be making more content that is going to be seen by people and help, hopefully offset this fucking banana republic we're heading into. So there's that. Let's get some questions over here. Jason, what's going on? What do you think the new scum will do to the wonderful state of California when Trump wins the election? They'll set it on fire again. Notice when Trump was in office, California was on fire. We had to buy air purifiers. It would get so bad here. We had to get air purifiers for every room so we could fucking breathe here. It was crazy. Because they were letting the forests catch on fire so they can not only get they can hurt Trump and say, oh, look at Trump's not taking care of us. Oh, and then they get more federal funding or more scams. But they're setting the forest on fire themselves. They're sending Antifa. They're letting homeless people in camp in there, and they're doing drugs, falling asleep, and setting the fucking forest on fire. They blame climate change, and it's always something else, like a lefty. And so they'll just let it, again, they'll let crime go through the roof. They'll let these Oakland, San Francisco, all of these George Soros places, they'll let crime go even more crazy in an attempt to bait Donald Trump to send the National Guard in here. When what he should do is just say, listen, if you're defending yourself, if you're a McCloskey or Kyle Rittenhouse and you're in a Democrat-run shithole and you're defending yourself, you shoot some of these fucking assholes who are threatening you or your property or your loved ones. I'm just gonna pardon you. So do what you need to do, and you don't need to send the National Guard in here. That's the biggest fear that people have is like, okay, if I shoot this fucking asshole breaking into my house, am I going to be arrested? And in California, even though we got castle doctrine here, yeah, it depends. If you're a white dude shooting a fucking black dude who's breaking into your house, you better shoot him in the chest, because if you shoot him in the back, they're going to try to arrest you. Yep. Lost Elf, getting down to the wire here. Do you think the Democrats will nuke Iran or just fold and try to stymie Trump for the next 4 years? Well, that's what they're trying to politically calculate right now. They were very effective at stymieing Trump for 4 years. Obstructing Trump for 4 years is a no-brainer. Now the question is, how much of the world do they need to set on fire to avoid having to stymie Trump and continue? If Kamala Harris is able to steal an election, then they get all the benefits of a stolen election. They're in power again. They're going to run the money printers. They're going to economically rape us and destroy us and throw us into globalization. How much of the world do they need to blow up in order to have that? As opposed to, well, we'll just stymie Trump for 4 years. And so that's what they're working out right now. And we'll see if they can steal an election. I think they would rather do that. But again, they love blowing shit up, so they might do both, guys. Salted Maple, for whatever reason, is Odyssey no longer mirroring the live streams? Yeah, Salted Maple. Refer to what I said earlier. Begin that question because people are thinking that I'm trying to screw Odyssey. I love Odyssey. I think it's great to have other platforms. I think it's great to have alternative platforms. I like what they're doing over there. It's just the reality of the situation is, it wasn't working when I was using Streamlabs either. So it's something from their thing that I'm sure that they'll find out, fix, and work on. Rasputin, Elijah Fire, Wild Will, do you plan on live streaming election night or possibly ducking into other streams? Would love to watch you rather. He's attacking. We've smoothed things over with Benny. I think Benny was trying to just, Benny, he's got his Benny Brigade, and I don't think he meant any harm by saying this. I don't own the Salt Must Flow. Like, that's just something that, that's the thing. But the dude reached out and we talked it out, and he wasn't like, he's not trying to, screw anybody over. He just, the dude's just trying to go. It would be an epic live stream. I tend to, when I do other people's live streams, there's really no winning, because when I do the show that we're all listening to, it's the show that I do. Like, this is our show, and it's a stream of consciousness, and I get excited when the audience is getting excited, and there's an aspect of it. What it does is it amplifies the crazy side of my character. When I go on other people's show, there's none of that, and so I'm just like how I normally am. I'm just and I'm reserved too, because I don't know how to talk to other people. So some people like that because it's a completely different side than our regular show. And then most people go, "Hey man, make sure you take your cocaine before you go on." I'm not going to go on somebody else's show and start screaming, "Fucking cunts! Lizard motherfuckers are eating babies and fucking raping people." Like, I'm not going to go on somebody else's show and do that, because that might mess their show up. Like, it might get taken off. They might get a strike. Could you imagine if I go on somebody else's show, like Dr. Drew's show, and I start screaming like that and he gets a strike? Guys, he's going to lose thousands of dollars. I'm not going to cause somebody that. So when I go on other people's shows, it's like going to somebody else's house. You got to be polite. This is how I was raised. And so I at this point, I'm pretty much only like Side Scrollers and Dr. Drew. That's pretty much the only other shows I'm going to go on at this point, because like I feel comfortable with those guys. It's Dr. Drew and Side Scrollers. So no, I'm not going to go on anybody else's stream during election, but we'll do a stream here. Are you ready for an exfil, Elijah Fire? I have no idea what that is. Hope that's not drugs. I don't do drugs anymore. X Trips, tip of the hat, Salty. I don't know how you manage to read everyone's super chats. You never miss one unless Rumble fucks. I miss a lot of them, X. I tried. When it comes to the super chats, it's this interesting dynamic because, you know, I want to be highly respectful to some. If you send money to this show, I want to be highly like I want to like write you a thank you card and send it to you because it's just again how I was raised. But it's also just not feasible when when there's a lot of super chats going off because when you read the super chats, then you stop doing the show, and most people are there for the show, and so when you stop doing it, so there's this delicate balance of trying to be respectful and grateful for people sending money in and weaving it in, and I'm hoping that we've found some sort of balance now. During the Trump when we had the Trump economy, it was impossible to do because there was just so many super chats, and I was just like, oh my god, I can only read the ones that are like $20 and up, like which is if you send $2 to this, I'm again highly grateful. But it's just you can't. There was one show where people were going crazy. I was just reading super chats, and it was an incredibly lucrative show. But it was a horrible show to listen to. Like it was just me going, "Thank you, oh my god, thank you, oh my god, thank you" for 3 or 4 hours. It was stupid, and the more that I did that, the more people sent in money, and I don't really want people sending super chats. Save your money, buy gold or silver or precious metal or whatever works for you. Buy storable food. Like we're heading into some crazy shit. I appreciate people sending in super chats. But I don't feel like I'm giving you your money's worth when you send money to this channel. So if you want to do it, awesome. More power to you. I'm grateful for it. But also, certainly make sure that you've got storable food on hand before you send money to this crazy show. But yeah, I'm trying to do my best. It's just the way the situation works. But yeah, I guess let's try to get this this monthly update out a little bit early so people know a couple days in advance that we will be streaming on Election Day. And I'll see you guys next month. Take care.